Instagram, Facebook. You know me, Martin Morris. If you don't know me, 53, 26 and a half years in sales. I was a failed rental property owner 3 times over. I'm going to tell you some reasons why a lot of people are going to fail at rental property. Right now I have this is rental. First thing you need to have a little bit of you need to have cash. If you're going to have a rental, you need cash. They make it sound so easy. Oh, you get the loan and then you charge the tenant and the tenant pays you money. What about if the tenant doesn't pay you money? That was back in 2008. I had rentals 2008, 2010, and again from 2012 to about 2015. And after that, I divested myself of all of them. I was just a failed rental guy. One unit, I'll tell you, Brian Cardone is correct. One unit is death. So anybody who tells me, when I call them on the phone, hi, this is Martin, calling to see if you have a property for sale, and they tell me, oh no, I'm renting it out. It's like, why don't you go blow your brains out or go do crack or something? Probably 80% of those tenants don't even pay the money on time. And then they think, oh, I'll make money back on the depreciation and the taxes. You only can deduct $10,000. After that, you have to forward it. You have it, so you have to forward it on your taxes to the following year, so you can't even make money that way. And now it's even worse. I think they're talking about $200 billion of rental income has been lost in California due to, maybe nationwide, due to all these evictions and stuff. How are you supposed to make money, man? Like, for example, look at how I live in a 100-unit apartment complex. I think it's 100, 200. You gotta have bank, man. You gotta have like one. You need to at least have like 30 units. Police ain't even gonna come out to no duplex. You might as well be living alone, man. Officer, could you come? Nope. Eightplex may come out, and you figure like, hey, for example, let's say I'm in California. You have an eightplex for $1 million. Put $200,000 down. Let's say that's $800,000. So you're looking at rent for about $8,000. You have 8 units. How much are you going to charge your tenants in the time? I'm in California. Well, they don't even have to pay the rent. They're talking about, well, if you're the rental owner, you can apply for a federal application to get the person to pay their rent. That was my thing. That's why I failed, man. I thought I'd do the numbers. That's okay. I had it set up to make $50, $100 profit. That's something that I can reinvest that in the property. They'll just pay their rent. I'm black, man. I hate them people talking about me being a deadbeat and not paying my rent. So who's gonna pay their rent? Don't talk unless never fail thing. The reason why I failed was taxes. Man, I think when I had those duplexes, I'll tell you some stories. I swear I got a supplemental tax thing every fucking week. $100 for this, $200 for that. I'm like, what the fuck? This is Yucca Valley. What is it? Paradise Valley. They just hit me up. If my tenants paid the rent, I'd had no problem. But I'm having a problem. I remember one lady I was trying to get a deposit from. Went there twice. One time she didn't show up. That's why I tell you guys about the closure survival stuff, about locking down the appointment. I should have said, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 you're not going to show, 10 you're going to show. What would be how do you like the property? Or lock it down. That's some dog next door. Or lock it down and just say, hey, are you going to make it to this appointment? If I was more strict, maybe I would have found better tenants. You got to really look. And don't even get me started on property management companies. Between that and then after that, what about the tenant that has the oil leaking? That notice from the code enforcement ain't going to the tenant. It's coming to you. Martin Morris, the VW Volkswagen is dripping oil on the soil. Get it fixed or else. And they threaten you and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I had to go back and forth. Made it worse, this lady had a cat that was pissing in a unit and stuff. Then I had one military guy moved out. I tried to keep his deposit because the plumbing was messed up. I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna sue you, man. I'm gonna fuck you up. So, oh my God. That's like, that security deposit worth that much to you, military man? It's crazy, man. Then I have another incident. One neighbor said the neighbor was trying to poison his dog, throwing things over. I went over his house. I thought they wanted to do a threesome and stuff. I was like, I got to get up out of here, man. I need some chocolate. I don't swing like that. Rather need the cash. Where'd you give me the cash? We can. do the buy shit, whatever you want to do, bro. But you gotta pay that cash, cause you know what? If not, I'm gonna get fucked by the bank. You know what I'm saying, man? So those are some things. Just my thoughts on being a failed rental property person. And I keep looking at all these things. I have this rental apartment magazine. Let me show you the biggest one that made me laugh. Because most of them in this magazine are small, mom and pop. They have 2 units. Oh yeah, here it is. They're talking about how more units equal more income. More units equal more problem. Hey, turn a carport into a house. Why don't you just get a mobile home? And then they're showing how I'm going to retrofit my parking lot to put more units. It's like, so I've gone from, not only do I have not tenants paying me, now I'm going to pay a home improvement person who ain't going to be around. That's going to take 2 times as long to do the project, because this project is not really a big project. Get in permits. So I agree. More units equal more money. It's only if you're in an apartment or something already built. You can get in with someone and kind of help you. You can help feed them. They already have the structure, the permit. They just need someone to help ride. That's how you can make some extra money on the side. You got to start big. You can't start small in real estate. And if you're going to flip, who are you going to sell to, man? I mean, I know I have people talking about, oh, I have such a nice house. Your house is in the fucking ghetto. I mean, some people tell me about their houses. They're like, yeah, you know what? I have a Hummer. I have a Hummer, so I'm going to come through that. I need to ride in the, what is it, like all those rappers and stuff talking about the tank? Well, you get through your neighborhood, you're going to need about a tank bag. I mean, some of these people in their houses. So I was a failed real estate person, and a lot more people are going to be are going to fail. California evictions extended till September 30th. So people don't even have to pay their rent. Back in 2008, 2009, I couldn't get them to pay the rent anyway, man. There's always an excuse. And then they say, hey, you can make some extra money if you raise the rent. Ooh, that's what I thought too. They flee they'll flee your unit. They'll flee your place quicker than cockroaches would when you pull them out. Pull that stove out, man, like I did at Miss Diggs' house. Pull that stove out, those roaches run away. That's what happens when you raise the rent. So I was a failed rental person, and I'm going to tell you how you can be successful based on my lessons. But there's going to be a lot of people think, oh yeah, I was listening to Grant. I don't want to rag on Grant. He's like, oh, I have a lot of investors who want to give me money. I bet you fucking have a lot of investors that want to give me money, man. Shit, oh yeah, buy that. And they want you to get that, otherwise they take it from you because they got the property per cheap. They haven't gone to the city. They'll get it at a discount if you foreclose. And you're paying 5, 6, 7, 8% rent. Yeah, it's better to be the money. I've realized it's better to be the money man than the person actually owning the property. The banks have it right. Sell the houses, give a loan on the house, and get a piece of the action. Don't want to have all the. They're teaching you. The banks are teaching you, you don't have to have the whole pie. Just eat a piece here, eat the crust like they do with the sweet potato pie, put some whipped cream on top, eat it, eat a slice. You don't have to have the whole pie. You know what happens when you get the whole pie? Eventually you lose the whole pie because eventually everybody's want their slice, and you realize your slice is not enough to make you full because you own the asset. Once you got to maintain that asset, it's a pain. But I was a failed real estate person. I'm admitting it. 2 duplexes, one inherited rental house was a disaster. And you will be a failure too.